between the two countries. It's hard to pinpoint one and say that it is the biggest, but there are a few small things. I think overall the culture, the way people interact with one another, what's considered rude, what's considered polite, what is valued in Japanese culture, I think, is a little different than American culture. For example, in America, it's about standing out and being an individual. Here it is to an extent, but I think it's more about how are you going to help society as a whole so that it functions all together. It's more about your role as a team player here.
I would say the Japanese people are probably some of the kindest people I've ever met. They're just very thankful, and every interaction has a bow to it. Even like on the escalators, for example, in the United States, people, and anywhere in the United States, people are always trying to pass each other up in everything. And in Japan, the escalators are a lot narrower than they are in the United States. And people actually get in line to get onto the escalators.
Yeah, very courteous, very hospitable, open to foreigners. I didn't feel, like I felt like I could go up to someone on the street and ask them something, ask them for directions, and they would help me, whereas in other American cities, people are going their own ways, and just not as open to, foreigners and all that.
One thing that was quite noticeable was the lack of litter in the streets of Japan. Having been there for 10 days, I didn't see any piece of garbage in the streets, subways, or any other public areas. As a matter of fact, there are no public garbage cans in Japan. People are expected to take their trash to their home. This could be because people do not eat food on the streets of Japan.
Each neighborhood, depending on where you live, you have to separate your trash into burnable and unburnable. Unburnable being plastic. So it's not just, throw the plastic bottles in the bag and call it a day. Like, you have to clean the inside of the bottles. You have to clean the inside of the containers and separate it out. And then the trash will come, like, let's say burnable trash comes on Wednesday. So you have to take out your burnable trash on Wednesday. And let's say unburnable comes on Friday. So you have to take it out on Friday for the garbage people to come and pick it up.
I think the thing that was the biggest shock to me, and the thing that I didn't expect, was the massive amount of people in Tokyo. I knew that it was a big city, and a lot of people kind of equated it to New York City. I've been to Times Square plenty of times in my life, and you always have the massive people in the streets, but there was no comparison to the amount of people that I saw in Tokyo. There's Shibuya. Is it Shibuya Station? Shibuya Station is where like thousands upon thousands of people are crossing the street at this intersection at the same time. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, it is like that. I think was the biggest shock to me, is just how many people can actually be in that city at one given moment.
And lastly, karaoke is one of the main social activities in Japan. It is one of the funnest and most popular things to do, except when you're with your grandmother.
Things I miss about America, obviously my friends and family, but also I miss junk food. The junk food is, my home country's junk food, especially the ice cream. Japan has lots of great ice cream, but I miss the varieties and the ridiculousness of ice cream such as Ben and Jerry's.